Okay, welcome to the deep dive. Today we're doing something, well, maybe a lot unusual. We're diving into a source that is incredibly concise, really short, just a single powerful line from something called New Note. hmm And our mission really is to unpack the meaning behind, just those few words. It really shows how sometimes the smallest things hold the biggest ideas, doesn't it? So let's get straight to it. Here's the sentence from New Note, translated into English. I am priceless. What will you buy now?
Ooh, wow. Just hearing it like that, it definitely grabs you, right? Feels very direct, almost confrontational.
Oh, absolutely. It's more than just a sentence, isn't it? It's like a philosophical challenge condensed right down.
Yeah.
So this deep dive is not just about the words themselves, but really exploring value. What we think is valuable, what we trade, and maybe what fundamentally can't be valued in that way. This New Note, it seems to challenge our standard ideas about worth right from the get-go. Okay, yeah. Let's break that down. That first part. I am priceless.
Mm.
When you hear that, priceless, it feels different than saying, I don't know, I'm expensive, or even highly valued. Priceless is something else entirely, isn't it?
Yeah.
Something that just exists outside of monetary value, beyond any price tag.
Precisely. Yeah. If something's truly priceless, its value isn't determined by a market or, by what someone's willing to pay.
Right.
Its value is intrinsic, which means, well, it holds value in itself, separate from any external exchange or transaction.
Like maybe a family heirloom.
Yeah.
Not valuable for the gold, but priceless because of the history.
Exactly that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It stands completely outside the normal economy of, goods and services.
Okay, got it. And then, bam, the second part hits you. What will you buy now? That's the real curveball, isn't it? The punch. It's not just saying I'm valuable. It's a direct challenge, almost audacious. It's aimed right at anyone who might, I guess, approach this priceless thing wanting to acquire it, to own it. It just completely flips our usual consumer thinking.
Yeah.
Where, pretty much everything seems to have a price.
And it raises this immediate question, doesn't it? If the speaker, this entity, cannot be bought, well, what's left for you, the potential buyer, to actually acquire? It forces you to rethink what you normally try to buy, whether that's actual stuff or services, or maybe even like influence or status.
Yeah.
It suggests that some parts of existence, maybe parts of a self, operate entirely outside those economic rules. And if you think bigger picture, it really highlights the limits of just acquiring things as, the only measure of a good life.
The limits of materialism.
Exactly. And maybe it even hints at the hidden costs when you try to buy things that just aren't for sale, fundamentally.
We're trying to buy happiness
Or peace of mind, or maybe integrity, things you might compromise chasing wealth or power, perhaps.
So if someone or something declares, I am priceless, they're basically saying, you can't buy me.
Right.
Your money, your resources, they have no real power over my essence, my core. That feels like a huge act of autonomy.
It is.
It's like saying, I opt out.
Yeah.
Opting out of what this New Note seems to imply is a system where everything gets turned into a commodity.
Yeah.
Like we see with, I don't know, personal data being sold or influencers kind of packaging their lives. This sentence just cuts right through that.
And what's really fascinating, I think, is the power dynamic it creates.
How so?
Well, the statement shifts the control, doesn't it? Normally, the one with the money, the resources, kind of dictates things.
Sure.
But here, the priceless entity draws a line, a boundary. It forces the other party to stop and reconsider their whole approach, their priorities.
Oh, okay.
It's a really strong assertion of self, challenging that whole idea that anything external can truly own or influence your essence. And, it makes me wonder, how often do we maybe accidentally devalue those priceless things in our own lives because we're so focused on what we can measure, what we can count?
That's a really good question. It makes me think about all the things society does try to put a price on, constantly assigning value. But maybe the most important things, the things that truly define us or give life meaning, maybe those are exactly the things that are priceless. Like you said, integrity, or maybe real connection with people, or just, I don't know, your time, your focus. Quiet moments.
Right.
It's almost like the ultimate mic drop in a negotiation, isn't it? I'm priceless. What will you buy now? Game over, kind of.
Exactly. It feels very final in that sense. The New Note really pushes us to look inside and see, okay, what parts of my life are actually beyond that market value? And it makes you ask, am I living in a way that respects those priceless parts? Or am I letting them get sort of buried under the chase for things that are just transactional, things that won't last? But There's maybe another layer too if you declare yourself priceless. How does that affect your relationships, your interactions?
Right. Does it mean you refuse to engage
Hmm.
or refuse necessary compromises?
Or maybe it invites a different kind of exchange, one based more on respect and shared values rather than just transactions.
So this deep dive into just one sentence, it's really opened up a lot, hasn't it?
It really has.
We've looked at that huge assertion, I am priceless, and then the direct challenge right after it,
Uh-huh.
what will you buy now?
Yeah.
And it's helped us, I think, really see that difference between, well, intrinsic value and just material stuff.
Definitely. The new note really forces or at least invites a reevaluation of priorities. How do we define what's truly worthwhile? It points towards understanding value beyond just dollars and cents,
Yeah.
recognizing that some incredibly important things can't be bought or sold. They just are.
So maybe something for you listening to reflect on. Where do you encounter the priceless in your own life? Maybe in your relationships or things you're passionate about, maybe even in yourself. And if you recognize that, what does that realization actually change about how you see the world or how you interact with it?
Yeah, that's the core of it. In a world that's constantly telling us to put a price on things, to acquire more, what parts of your own life or your own being would you say are truly priceless? And maybe more importantly, what does making that